Hello and welcome to part 3, where we are starting off with something really exciting. Paths! Yeah, that's about as amazing as it's gonna get. I wanted to drag out the cave bit a little bit more, because you can't change the type of path that it is before that area, so you can just see the Regis automatic one that they have before that. So I built that cave to cover it up a little bit, disguise it, you know. Anyway, you just saw me do a full ride of the, what's it called? The roller coaster. Yeah, we're doing. Planet coaster. Great. And now you see me starting off testing out what kind of doors and windows. What doors and windows am I going to put on my great little house, mansion, villa, I'd say. So this was actually one of the toughest parts for me, because roller coasters are fun because you just swerve about a bit, but this was actually really tough for me because I haven't done a proper station. Well, I have done, but I don't know, they never really were my thing, and I want them to be my thing. So it was a lot of trial and error, but I'm really happy with the door that I ended up deciding on. If I could change something, I think I might make the villa a bit bigger, just because when you look through the door, which is massive, obviously, you can see the blue roller coaster straight away, and I just don't like that at all. Anyway, you'll see me outlining more stuff in the building, villa. I don't know, I'm just going to call it a villa. I don't know if it's called a villa, but I'm going to call it a villa. You see me outlining more of it, because I just thought, wow, this is looking really empty and boring. Let's add a bit of pizzazz to it. So that's what I did. Just continuing the border. I think I went all the way around. Yeah. And it slightly goes on the little arch where the roller coaster comes through. But I don't think it's that bad or noticeable. So I think I just left it. Here's me covering up the interior, trying to make it look good. Oh yeah, covering up the roller coaster parts. I don't know, I just wish there was a little bit more of the queue that I could put indoor. Fun fact, this video covers the queue too, so you're really getting treated tonight. Also, I wanted to bring the roof I wanted to bring the roof way down, because there's nothing that I can do with all that space up there. I'm not building a nice little chandelier. You're just gonna have to live without a beautiful little chandelier. And a big problem for me, big challenge, was all the windows and doors, because they only had, 6 options right down there for different doors, and they were all different sizes, and it was just very tough for me, because if you look on the other side, the door's massive, but this side, the door's tiny. I think if you don't think about it and you don't look at it for too long, it's alright, and I'm happy with that. The windows on the top, I moved away from it, I'll tell you about it later. But right now I ended up evening out, making it symmetrical on both sides for the entrance of the roller coaster. And working on the little side building a lot more as well. I just did the same thing for each side, which probably looks really bad actually, but I had no idea what else to do. If you have any ideas, I'd love to know. But this is what you start with. I thought about making the windows a bit higher, but then I realised that it looks really bad going through the little outlines that I did with the sandstone block structure. Now I'm finally tackling this disgusting bit. See, the thing is, with the arch on its own, it doesn't look bad, even if it is off-centre, because there's already a building on the right, so it's not that horrible. But when I'm trying to add windows on top of it, it's just impossible to make it look nice and symmetrical. Also, I thought about putting windows on the towers, but that looked really ugly, so I got rid of them really quickly. And I was just really struggling, and then I just thought, wow, I'm just going to put 2 windows at the top, because that's what's easiest for me. And I even put a little door up there for the extra detail points. I think that's it for the... I'm zooming out a lot. Terrain time. I did quite a lot in this part. Terrain time. I really wanted to sort out... I said in part 2 actually. I'm recording these one after the other, by the way. This is all a lie. Sorry. But I wanted mountains to cover up the greenery behind, and I knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, but I just wanted a bit more to ruin the flatness because that looked really bad. So I just thought I'll surround it all in mountains and hope that it doesn't look too bad. I made everything really a bit more mountainous, and eventually obviously I cover it all with the sandy spray paint, mixing it around with other rock textures. But given that it's sand, it doesn't really matter that much, even though it's not actually sand. It's a mixture of dead leaves and a yellow rock, because I cannot have sand because I picked the green map. Go me, I probably should have planned out a little bit more before. But yeah, I feel like this really makes it come together. There's me layering on the mountains. I know it looks all nice because it's on ×8 speed, but it took years and I'm not happy about it. I could feel my life thrown away. Thank the Lord I had Grey's Anatomy on in the background. Just started that. It's a great show. Love George. He keeps it real. There's me taking a break. Anyway. Yeah, it really took quite a while filling out all those mountains. It was... yeah, there's another one. I wanted to make sure that the mountains weren't flat, like there was an obvious peak to them. So that's what that one was for. And I realised it looked really ugly just being flat, while everything else had a bit more bounce to it. So I extended the little mountain range over to the side a little bit more. It might... oh, I really made it go up. Anyway, it might look a little bit unnatural just because of how circular the shape in mountains is, like how perfectly it goes around. Yeah, I put mountains everywhere. So that might make it look a bit bad, but you know what? It's the best that I could do in the situation that I'll put myself in. This is just going to be like one roller coaster, by the way. I didn't clarify that in the beginning, but that's it. It's just, oh, there you go, nice view of it all. Thing is, I feel like I really messed up the scale because it's such a massive roller coaster, and then I put a massive building which messes up the windows and stuff, makes it look bad, and now I've got to put massive mountains because realistically this would never happen. They would never put that many mountains, but you know, it's great that it's a sandbox game. Here's me painting it all with sand. Makes the game a bit laggy when I do that actually, just because of how wide the size is. I think it goes up to 30 meters. Here's me dashing around bits of rock. I go over with some leaves later, just so that it doesn't look so harsh, so it doesn't stay looking like that. And then I think it's path time. Whoa! Yeah, I ended up just winding this path off to the side because I wanted to make it look like it was actually going somewhere. And then I added, I zoomed in. Oh yeah, I added the entrances and exits. It took me a while to sort out where I wanted to do them, and I actually had to change the roller coaster station so that the entrance and the exit wouldn't be in the same place, because that just wouldn't work. I ended up making this... oh, I should probably go over that later. This is the most recent part that I've done, by the way. Well, and half of part 4, but that's later. It's not for you now. Anyway, paths took a while, and I'm overall fairly happy with how they look, but I tried to make it like wheelchair accessible because of the stairs wouldn't obviously be that, but then I realised that with the confined space that I put myself in, it just wouldn't be possible, so I just had to make stairs. But at least when you're getting on, you can have your wheelchair. Not when you're getting off though, that's not allowed. This gave me so much pain. Trying to do the path underneath the roller coaster was so much work for no reason, and it was really hard to try and make it look nice. And the end result, look how ugly that looks. I had to get rid of that real quick. I think I'm happy with the end result, but my vision was a lot nicer and a lot more simple, but I guess it's good that it makes the path queue a little bit longer. I think this is the final one that I went with, just going back and forth to get done, but then I didn't want it to stick flat to the terrain, so I ended up having to keep on moving the terrain down and down and down, but it looks a lot better like that. Yeah, it was really annoying to work with, but eventually I just ended up sticking to the terrain at this point. I think, yeah, where the borders go, that's really annoying because that means that I need to do I think I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it when it gets to the boarded point from the unboarded point, since it's no longer in the terrain. I have to think about that one. 30 seconds left. I'm great at talking to myself. Yeah, I'm happy with the progress. Next time you'll get to see, POV for you, next time you'll see me bordering the paths, looking real nice, and I need to do all the water effects for the roller coaster. I might add fog, I'm not too sure yet. I'll probably put a few fog machines in the actual station maybe. Anyway, 8 seconds left, as is tradition to talk about now. It's been great. Bye.